Hi there, Dr. Craig from Elevate Chiropractic. In my last video, I showed you a real simple exercise called the Brugger's Relief Position. This is designed to help try and counterbalance the negative effects of sitting or poor posture in general and removing some of that mid-back and neck and shoulder pain. If you haven't seen the video, there is a link above, so go and watch it. It is a really cool exercise, really simple but really effective. In today's video though, I'm going to take that a step further. I'm going to show you 3 exercises. One's a mobility exercise for the shoulders just to try and get those moving a little bit better. And the second 2 is going to be using our trusty old exercise band, which is going to be simple ways of trying to improve the strength of your mid-back so you can maintain your better posture for longer. If we find ourselves in this rounded position, whether it's just general poor posture or if we spend a lot of time in front of a computer, driving a car, looking at phones, and we're in this position, that rounded back, the muscles in the mid-back aren't really doing much. So when we ask you to go into a good posture, you get tired pretty quickly just because those muscles aren't very strong anymore. So if we can make those muscles stronger, it means that you're going to be able to maintain that better posture for longer, which means that you'll have less back pain and you'll just feel better in general. So these 3 exercises I'm going to show you today, they're all going to use our exercise band. The first one's a bit more of a mobility exercise, but the other 2 are going to design to strengthen the muscles in your mid-back so that when we want to sit up straight, we're going to be able to do it for longer, which means that we're going to feel better and function better, and your body's going to thank you for it. So let's go have a look at these exercises. This first exercise is a shoulder mobility exercise. I'm going to be using my exercise band because I've already got it here, but you can use a pole or a stick or a dowel or whatever you want to use. But basically what we're going to do is stand up nice and tall in good posture and have our arms down in front of us with a little bit of tension in the band, or if you're using a pole, just your hand at each end of it, or a stick. What we're going to do is we're going to lift up over the top and down the back. It's nice and controlled, around about 10 times. This is a great warm-up exercise for your shoulders, especially if you're going to be doing some strengthening work or any sort of shoulder work at the gym. I'd run through it like about 10 times, just make sure that you breathe whilst you're doing it. So this second exercise is designed to help try and activate some of those muscles in your mid-back, which we don't use if we're in that rounded slouched position. The Brugger's Relief Position from last time did do this. This will take that to the next level, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to get our band and we're going to tie it into a loop. Cool thing about these bands is you can tie them in a knot and they're easy to undo. It's not going to be like you tie in a knot and then it's wrecked because you can't undo it again, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to tie in a knot and we're going to open it up. I like to do it this way. You don't have to, but this seems to work really well for me. You're going to open it up so that it covers the back of your hands like this, okay? We're going to have our elbows by our side, standing up in, again, that nice tall posture. We're going to open our fingers out like this. And we're going to pull the band outwards, okay? And we're just going to stay in this good posture, band out. I would take, say, 3 to 5 deep breaths. Like I said in my last video, I like to make sure that we're doing an exercise for a number of breaths as opposed to just a time frame to make sure that you breathe, okay? So we're going to, elbows by our side, fingers open, and we're going to pull outwards. And we're just going to hold that, make sure we're still breathing. Now the theory behind this is that when we tend to be in this rounded posture, okay, whether it's in front of a computer, on our phone, driving, this is all flexor based, okay, so flexion, but we want to turn on our extensors which help us stay upright. That Brugger's Relief Position did that. This does it as well. Opening up your fingers is your wrist forearm extensors as well. And if you hold this position for 3 to 5 breaths, 30-40 seconds, once you stop, it'll just feel like you want to naturally open up and go into a better posture. So give it a go. I think you'll like it. So with our final exercise, again, we're going to grab our band. We're going to, arms in front of us, have a little bit of tension, and all we're going to do with this exercise is we're going to pull our arms out to the side and back to the middle. Out to the side, back to the middle. This just activates those muscles in your mid-back, which again, when we're in that rounded posture, we're not really using them, okay? So go out to the side. Next version on an angle, okay, on an angle, and then we're going to do the opposite angle. This just activates all those muscles in your upper back and also in your shoulder. Now if you really want to turn this into a rotator cuff exercise or shoulder strengthening exercise as well, is we're going to hold one arm and we're going to do it one arm at a time. This really works both arms, the one that you're actually moving and the one that you're trying not to move. It really, if you try this, you'll find out how much it feels like you're working your shoulders. Same thing on when you're doing diagonal, hold the bottom, move the top, or vice versa, and then you do the other side. And when we do this, it's really amazing how much you'll feel the back of your shoulders work. It's another great exercise for improving the strength in your mid-back and your shoulders. I hope you like those exercises. Just a couple of quick things. With the band, really only needs a light resistance. You don't have to have a really heavy resistance band. We do sell these in the clinic here, so if you are interested in getting some, by all means pop in and you can see what we have here. Otherwise, most sporting goods stores will stock a similar type of thing, but just remember, it doesn't need to be a heavy resistance band, especially the second one where your elbows are down by your side. It doesn't need to be a strong band to get the benefits that you need. Of course, if you have any questions, please comment down below. I'll answer those for you, but otherwise, please try them. There's one thing for sure, is I know your body's going to thank you for it.